Welcome to Medical Insurance and Billing. In this course, we are going to review highlights for healthcare finance. The course overview will include introduction to healthcare finance, how do we manage our finances for healthcare institutions, processing claims, the different government paying types or payer types, the Affordable Care Act, inpatient versus outpatient systems, how do we prevent and report healthcare fraud or abuse of money, different incentive programs from the government. We're going to review the revenue cycle and how to manage that and how to double check and make sure everything was done correctly, what electronic health records have done or have changed for healthcare finance, etc. So definitely start out with this course with reading the syllabus. That syllabus quiz is required to be completed before you do anything else in this course. Next, I want you to buy your book. You can buy a physical copy. You can purchase it from wherever you would like to, whether it's the campus bookstore, Amazon. You can even get the e-text or e-book version, but you cannot rely on me for assistance with that because that's not the option that I use. So I am not privy to information on how to download or access. You would need to contact your publisher for help with that or Barton's IT department. Next, I want to highlight, and I forgot to say, when you buy your book for my course, you will be allowed to use that book on quizzes and tests. That's just something as an educator, I believe that if you spend that money, you make that investment in that book, you should be able to use it in that way because in the real world, in your career, when you do have a question, you can access a manual or a book or an online policy, what have you, if you need to find the answer. So that's why I mimic that in my classroom setting. So just keep that in mind, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions about that. So highlights of this course, I want to make sure you all understand how heavily weighted the discussions are and why. So the discussions carry the most weight for grading because if we were in a real classroom, the discussions would be a huge part of the teaching, learning, facilitating of the course. So I require an initial post every week, and then on a separate day, or 2 days later, 3 days later, whenever the due date is, I want to see that you've posted replies to students. So again, let me repeat that again. Discussions are heavily weighted because it requires 2 posts. You're going to post an initial post and then reply to 2 other classmates. Now those replies need to have some benefit or some meaning behind them, not just I agree, good job. You will not get credit for a reply in such manner. I want you to engage in these replies as if you were discussing things in a classroom. We will learn from the postings and the replies. Calendar your due dates. The syllabus contains dates, and each week we'll have a list of assignments that will be due. You cannot rely on Canvas to tell you when these things are due, especially the most weighted item discussions. There's not a way in Canvas to list an initial discussion due date and then the actual reply due date. You cannot do that. So it's up to the student to calendar that. And I highly recommend either paper calendar or digital or maybe both. Or maybe good old Post-it notes. Just don't lose your Post-it notes. But again, your typically the initial discussions due on a Thursday and then your replies are due the following Monday. If that changes, I always alert students. Okay, so you have to check your Barton email. I recommend daily, but every other day at the very least. No late work. I do not accept late work because I apply real world principles to my classrooms, and in the real world, if you give a medication late, you can harm a patient. If you show up to your job late, it can be harmful and detrimental to other people appointments depending on what career field you go in. So I do not accept late work of any kind. The other rationale behind that is you're going to have access moving forward. You will have access to these course modules and due dates like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even sometimes prior. So no weather event, no family event, medical emergency, do nothing. I just do not accept late work. All right, and all of that is in the syllabus. And please contact me if you have any questions about the syllabus. So this week, you're going to read the syllabus, take the syllabus quiz, complete the intro discussion, because again, discussions are 30% of your grade, so we want to get you off to a fantastic start. And then each week, I will try to diversify my assignments, whether it is, in addition to the discussion, a PowerPoint that you create or read yourself, a case study that you do, a written assignment, research assignment, a worksheet that I find. I want this course to be engaging and interesting. My goal is not to make it harder than it needs to be, but I definitely want to keep you engaged, and I will accept feedback throughout the semester. If something went really well, tell me. If something was just abundantly difficult and just there wasn't any great outcome from it, please tell me that too. In a professional manner, of course. Send me an email, because I would like to, again, I want you guys to enjoy the course but have excellent outcomes. So yeah, that's it. I am not on campus. I teach online only. You're welcome. If you did need a live call, a phone call for questioning or anything, you're welcome to email me and we can set up a time for that. I don't mind supporting you in that way, but I am not on campus. So here's to a great semester. I'm here to support you. Good luck with everything, and don't hesitate to outreach me. Thanks.